I'm Emily, I work for Pernod Ricard. They own Havana Club Rum, which is some of the rums that you're going to be tasting tonight. I think alongside some of the Fenton's products as well. So hopefully you'll like them. I'm just going to talk to you a little bit just about the history of Cuban rum, a little bit about Havana itself, and then just a little bit about each of the products. So most of you probably know that Christopher Columbus discovered Cuba in 1492. He wasn't actually looking for Cuba, he was trying to find gold, going to the Orient, but he stumbled across it, and he actually found what he could make a new type of gold, white gold or sugarcane. So when he got there, he realised that this was a really fertile land. The Cubans actually called it Cubanacan, which meant abundantly fertile land, which was just amazing for making sugarcane. And he imported sugarcane from Madeira into Cuba. And by 1620, there were just tons of sugar mills everywhere. I think it was like 70 plus sugar mills all over Cuba, just making the sugarcane industry was massive. So from sugarcane, when you extract the actual castor sugar, you get a byproduct called molasses. Now they just thought this was absolute rubbish. They just thought, oh, we'll just throw it away. They should put it in massive vats in the ground and just cover it up. They didn't think it was important at all. Until they realised that when you ferment it, you actually got a juice which they called tafia. And they used to give this to the slaves to try and distract them from their really boring lives. So you just get them drunk and be like, we'll give you this tafia and then it'll all be fine. And they also used to, the sailors and the pirates used to drink it, and used to mix it with lime and sugar to cure scurvy. And that's actually where the recipe for the daiquiri comes from. I think you're going to be trying the daiquiri later, so if you've got scurvy, it's good news. But basically, the tafia was a horrible drink. It was really strong, really harsh on the palate, and it didn't really match with what the Cubans liked. They found themselves to be quite happy, gentle people, so they didn't really like the fact that this tafia was going around everywhere. So they decided that they were going to use continuous distillation to kind of lighten the product and make what we would call rum today. So after this happened, the popularity of rum just really rocketed, and there ended up being over 1,000 distilleries of rum throughout Cuba, just because they discovered they could produce this really nice light rum, which was completely different from the horrible tafia that everyone was drinking before. So there's a guy called, this is the name I really struggle to pronounce, so bear with me, Jose Arcabala, I think is how you say it, but he was a rum producer, and he actually invented Havana rum. He called it Havana to get a real link with the natives in Cuba, a real traditional link with the island, and then Club because of the really exciting nightlife in Cuba. So that's where the name came from. If you look on the bottle as well, you can't see it from here, but there's a little statue at the top of every bottle. And that's a little story from Cuba, which is a naval officer's wife in Cuba that used to go climb up to the top of the highest tower in Cuba every single day. And she used to do that to go and look for her naval officer husband to come back, and it became like a real kind of Cuban legend, and it's something that the Cubans have a real affinity with. So Jose put that on the bottle, every single bottle, to make sure that the Cubans knew that the rum was really strongly, like a real strong affiliation and a real strong relationship with Cuba itself. And it's actually the only rum which is globally produced, which is available globally. It's actually still produced in Cuba. So if you drink any rum that is a Cuban rum, I can guarantee you it will not be made in Cuba, but Havana Club is. Production-wise, it's still made in the same traditional way, so distillation, aging, blending. And the aging process, all the rums are aged in American white oak barrels, which have been previously used for bourbons and scotch. So you get real vanilla, caramel and smoky flavours from them. And obviously the older that they're left in the barrels, the more intense these flavours become. When the rum is aging, about every year, there's evaporation through these barrels. It's about 6 to 7% a year of the evaporation, the liquid disappears, and the Cubans call this the angel share. So they say that the angels are taking their share every year, and because the angels didn't want to miss out on such a beautiful product. I think it's quite a nice way of looking at it.
Stole it from the skies, you know.
Yeah. No, we didn't, shut up. But yeah, they say that about whiskey as well. But blending-wise, this is the most important aspect of rum. It actually takes 15 years to become a master blender at Havana Club. just because it is so important, and every single rum has to be blended by hand. Every barrel will age a rum differently and will give a different flavour, so consistency is key, and it's just really difficult to blend these products and make them consistent across the range, which is why it takes 15 years to become a blender. They actually only nose the drinks when they're blending, so all they do is smell the alcohol, smell the rum, and that's how they know that the flavour is going to be the same. I have no idea how they do it, but that's obviously why it takes so long to become a master blender. So the rums that you're going to try, which we've got some samples of to hand out, we've got a 3-year-old, which is a white rum. It actually has a strawy colour because it has been in the barrels for 3 years. So a lot of the white rums you'll see on the market are completely clear in colour, but this has got a strawy colour because it has been in the barrels for 3 years. It's taken out a little bit of the colour from the barrels, so it does have a little bit more of a vanilla-y taste, a little bit more of smoke than what you'll get in a completely white rum. The next product is Havana Especial. It doesn't have an age statement on the bottle, but it does have rums in there up to 5 years, being aged up to 5 years in the barrel. So it's got old rums and new rums, which makes it really versatile product, really good for use in cocktails. And it's got that lightness that white rum has, but also has the kind of complex aromas that dark rum has as well. The Havana Club 7 is the last drink that you'll try, and that's got rums aged in it up to 7 years. It's a really brilliant rum. It kind of embodies what you'd say was the distinctive flavours of Havana Club rum. It's really rich, and it's got really strong vanilla flavours. The master blender actually said that it was like the very essence of a Cuban rum, and he said it was the rum that he was most proud of that he'd ever produced. I think you're going to try that in an old-fashioned cocktail, or a bit of a twist on a rum old-fashioned, which I tried before, and it's really, really good. But before I finish, just in future, if you decide that you are going to start drinking Havana Club rum all the time, which I hope you will, and there's a little tradition in Cuba where as soon as you open a bottle of new Havana Club, you have to pour a little bit out and let it fall to the ground, and you say that that's a toast to the saints. So in future, when you're doing that, do a little toast to the saints. Thank you.